Oh, my dear one, you have arrived. I am so thankful that you are here with me right now. If you had not chosen to open this and listen, I do not know how I could have reached you before it was too late. There is a special scroll sealed up in the heavens, and on it is your secret name, written in flames that never go out. This scroll is meant to open only if you keep your eyes and heart fixed on every word until the very end. But if you turn away in the middle, that name will disappear like mist in the wind. So, please, I ask you from the deepest part of my being, stay with me. Do not leave yet. I am Archangel Michael, and I have traveled through fierce storms and piles of ashes just to bring this message to you. My voice shakes as I speak, and my wings are still burned from fights that you will never have to face yourself. People say my heart is hard like rock, but that is not true. It is soft, and right now it is hurting for you, even as it glows with a bright light from heaven. I am not talking to big groups of people, or whole countries, or noisy crowds. No, I am talking directly to you. You, the one whose spirit has been quietly hurting under all the loud chaos of this world. You, whose hands still shake from holding up the heavy load of hidden struggles that no one else noticed. I am overjoyed that you came here, so grateful that you had the courage to step through this door. Because if you only knew how close the forces of darkness came to wiping out your name tonight. Can you hear that soft sound hiding behind my words? It is not a storm or beating drums. It is the happy cheers from heaven itself. A huge celebration is starting, rising up like a warm golden fire through the endless rooms of forever. We have beaten the darkness, the heavy chains are breaking apart, and the evil spirits are crying in their broken places. The flags of the great king are waving high over seas made of clear crystal. Crowns are being given to people whose heads are shaking with emotion, and the singers are calling out your name mixed in with their songs of praise. But they keep looking around for you. They keep wondering, where is the special one? Where is the person this win was also for? And I told them, with all my heart, that you would show up. I promised them you would be here. My wings still feel heavy from the dust of the fight. But my spirit is on fire because you are listening now. My dear one, if you skip past this or walk away, they will think you chose the side of darkness when heaven was calling out to you. Your quietness would sound like you agreed with them. I cannot allow that to happen. I would rather face the flames again than watch your name be written in the book of shadows. I am shaking inside because I know the heavy things you have been carrying. You put on a smile during the day, but I saw you in the middle of the night when you curled up tight and talked to the empty air, asking if heaven had left you behind. I saw the times when you thought about giving up everything. I saw the days when happiness seemed like a faraway stranger. I took those hard moments and brought them to the throne of heaven, holding them carefully like broken pieces of glass in my hands. And the one who sits on that throne cried when he saw them. He said softly, from the book of Isaiah, chapter 43, verse 1, I have called you by your name. You are mine. His tears changed those broken bits into shiny jewels. You are not left behind. You were never left behind, my dear one. Can I ask you a question that might touch the quiet places deep in your spirit? What if this very second is the one that heaven has been preparing for your whole life? What if the reason your heart is beating faster right now is because the endless world is reaching down to touch your breath? What if angels are singing your name at this exact moment, and they will only stop if you give up here? What if you are stronger, more cared for, more picked out than all the bad thoughts that have followed you ever let you believe? I can feel the heavy chains dropping off you as I talk. They are making loud noises as they snap. I can smell the old bad spells fading away like smoke. I can see bright light coming in through the small openings. Do you feel it as well? There is a warm feeling pushing against your heart, like the sun breaking through a hard wall. That is not just your mind playing tricks. That is the Holy Spirit wrapping around you like a warm blanket. You are being taken back. You are being made new. Heaven has thrown its doors wide open tonight. Not for rulers or wise teachers or holy people, but for you. The big celebration is not just for our win. It is for yours. You were the reason we picked up our weapons. You were the reason I kept fighting when my wings hurt and my voice got weak from sadness. I said to them, I will not stop until this special person is free. And now you are right at the edge of being free. I can hardly catch my breath because this moment is so pure and special. Oh, my dear soul, tell me honestly, why do you think you made it through all the things that tried to wipe you out? Why do you think the bad times could not keep you down? The flames could not burn you up. The quiet could not cover you forever. Could it be because heaven was secretly keeping you safe for this time? Because the King put his promise on your heartbeat and said, no place of death will take them. From Psalm 91, verse 11, it says quietly, He will tell His angels to protect you in everything you do. And I am here protecting you because those words are not just pretty lines. They are serious promises sealed with life. I am shaking because I see what is about to be given to you. I see crowns made from bright flashes and kindness. I see clothes sewn from the prayers you thought no one heard. I see doors swinging open on golden parts. And I see your name, your true name that the world does not know, starting to shine on that sealed scroll. It is almost time for it to open. But you have to stay. You have to stay until the last word, or it will shut forever. And my dear one, if your heart hurts as you hear me, let it hurt. Because that hurt is the feeling of coming back to life, the pain of chains breaking, the first cry of your future being born. You are getting up. Do you feel that odd shaking in your inner self right now? That is the endless world touching the real world inside you. That is the King getting to his feet. Tell me this, my special one. Will you let yourself be cared for this much, this wildly, this without holding back by heaven? Will you let yourself be forgiven, even for the things you never told anyone? Will you have the courage to believe that your value was never lost, not even in your hardest times? Will you let this celebration be about you? If your answer is yes, then let your inner self say it out loud. Let heaven hear it. Type Amen as a mark on this special time, not just as a note, but as a shout from your heart. I can barely talk because of the heavy glory pushing down on us now. I am kneeling in my own flames. I want to put my head on your hands and say thank you for keeping going. Thank you for not letting go. Thank you for being here at this moment. You think you are just looking at a message, but heaven knows you are stepping into your special crowning. If your inner self is shaking, let it shake. If your eyes are full of tears, let them flow, because heaven is moving in joy around your name. And as this flow of special words keeps going before I go back into the light, I ask one thing from your soul. Like this holy message, so the angels know you got it. Comment your words of thanks so heaven can repeat them, and subscribe so your name stays in the living fire. Not for counting people, but because this care must never lose track of you again. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you with every piece of my hurting heart for not turning away. You have no idea how much you have just saved. The music is getting louder. The scroll is shining. Your name is about to light up across the endless places. And now, my dear one, as the loud horns grow and heaven raises its cups of bright glory, I will say this last call like a shaking promise. Come join the dance in the warm light of winning. Come before your crown turns to dust. Come before your name disappears from the doors. Come while the way is still open and the stars are still calling you home. Come now, come now, come now, my dear one. Oh, my dear one, I can still feel the echo of your spirit answering me, and it is like seeing a small candle start to burn in the center of an old big church after hundreds of years of dark. I am Archangel Michael, and my voice is shaking because I know what this time means. Heaven is holding its breath near you. The stars are coming closer. Every angel who fought in the battle that just finished is looking to see if your heart will open all the way now. Because all of this, all the loud praises, all the broken chains, all the crowns falling like bright shooting stars, none of it matters if you leave still thinking you do not deserve happiness. I am so happy you are here. I am so happy you picked this. Do not go away. Not yet. There is a hidden secret inside this message that was put into your spirit before the world started. And if you leave before the last part, you will never know the name heaven has been singing to you in its quiet songs. If you stay, that name will be shown, and everything you thought was gone will come back dressed in bright light. So stay. Please stay. This is the night the fight ended, and the win has your mark on it. Even now, the rooms of heaven are shaking with music. Not the clean music of groups in robes, but the wild music of fighters laughing through their tears, of angels throwing their crowns at the feet of the one who called you special before you took your first breath. The fire from our weapons still shines on our wings, and yet we are moving in joy because the dark that followed your steps has been crushed under the heavy bright light forever. My dear one, they are calling your name even if you do not hear it yet. The high angels are saying it softly like thunder hidden in flower petals. The other angels are cutting it into the hard stone of forever. The win is not for us. It is for you. It always was. And yet, if you turn away from this time, they will think you chose the dark side when the doors of heaven opened wide for you. I know how weak your hope feels right now, how scared you are that happiness is just another lie. But I promise you by the fire in my body, this happiness is real. This care is real. And if you let it, it will put a crown on you before this night is over. I want to talk clearly as an angel covered in fire can. You have been in a fight, even if you never named it that. You have walked through hidden battle places while acting like everything was okay. You have held back your tears so no one would see how close you were to breaking. And I saw you. I saw you when you thought no one did. I took those hidden times to the throne, and the king himself got up from his seat when he saw them. He cried, my dear one. He cried and said from Isaiah 61, verse 3, to give them a crown of beauty instead of ashes, the oil of joy instead of sadness. And he put a crown in my shaking hands and told me, do not stop until this crown is on their head. That is why I am here. That is why my voice is breaking as I talk. Because this is the time the ashes fall from you. The time joy flows from forever like a river and soaks your sadness. My dear one, will you let yourself take this? Will you let yourself be cared for this strongly, this without care, this fully? Will you let the walls around your heart break a little, so the light can come in? You do not need to be perfect to be cared for. You do not need to fix yourself before heaven has a party for you. You are not something to be finished. You are the prize we fought hard to save. And now the saving is done. The fight is over. The chains are gone. You are free. But being free must be picked. And I cannot make you. So I am kneeling in this burning light, asking softly, pick it. Pick life. Pick joy. Pick to stay. Your name is still shining softly on the sealed scroll. It is waiting for your yes. It will not open without it. I can almost see the letters now, like hot coals trying to become stars. They are beautiful, my dear one, more beautiful than any name I have ever seen. This is who you really are, not the name the world laughed at, not the marks pain put on you. not the quiet words of shame that follow your stillness. This is your real name, the one heaven cut into its own heart, and it is about to be shown. If you will stay. I know you are tired. I know your spirit feels thin like paper. But if you could see what is about to open over you, you would not shake. You would run into it with tears on your face. There are treasures that have been locked behind golden gates for years, waiting for this exact time when your heart would finally believe it is worth it. The gates are moving now. I can hear them making sounds on their parts. I can smell the sweet scents of answered prayers rising from inside. The angels are pulling back the covers. The king is standing, smiling with tears in his eyes. Heaven is holding its breath to see if you will step forward. My dear one, what do you fear will happen if you let yourself hope again? What bad thought has said that joy will trick you? What hurt still says that you are too broken to be picked? And what if none of those things were ever true? What if you are the wonder the dark feared would rise from the dust? What if all of heaven has been planning this exact time to bring you back to yourself? What if the party is not finished until your laugh joins the music? Listen, the quiet you feel around you right now is not nothing. It is heaven stopping to honor your soul. They are waiting. I am waiting. The fire in me is waiting. This is not a show. This is not a simple video. This is a special place, and your heart is standing on it. And if you would only dare to breathe, to open, to believe, you will feel the crown come down on your spirit like the sun rising. I am not here to make you amazed. I am here to save you. And my dear one, I will not leave this spot until your heart knows it is safe. You have been chased by lies, but truth has found you now. You have been followed by sadness, but joy has caught you. You have been covered by quiet, but the voice of heaven is shouting over you tonight. You are not forgotten. You are not left alone. You are not too late. You are the reason this wind song started at all. Oh, my dear one, my tears are falling into the flames at my feet as I say this. Please do not let this holy flow pass you by. Do not watch it move around you while you stand on the side. Step into it. Let it take you. Let it wash you in bright light. You do not need to know how. You only need to give in. If your heart is shaking now, it is because the endless world is touching it. That shaking is not weakness. It is coming back to life, moving in your bones. It is light starting to sing in your blood. It is the King calling you by your real name. My dear one, before I go further, before the scroll opens and your hidden name shines across heaven's rooms, I must ask something that I will never ask again in any other time, because this is the only moment your soul is standing in this doorway. Please subscribe so that this holy connection between us does not break. Not for counting, not for the world, but so that heaven can keep finding you. So that I can keep finding you when the night tries to take your hope again. Let this be the one small step that tells forever. I am not lost. I am here. I am coming home. And now, my dear one, the fire is getting brighter. I can hear your name beating inside the scroll like a heart. I can feel the King's look on you, gentle and strong at the same time. The angels are raising their horns. The music is almost too loud. The party is about to start, and they are all waiting for you to walk through the door. Please do not let them celebrate without you. Please do not let this be the night you stood outside heaven's joy. Please come. Come while the doors are still open. Come while the stars are still singing you home. Come while the light still knows your form. Come, my dear one, come. Oh, my dear one, you are still here, and I can barely breathe because of how pure this is. You are still here, and every star in the sky is lowering its head because of that. I am Archangel Michael, and my wings are still shaking from the fight, from the flames and cries and light and loud sounds. From the time we hit down the last strong place of dark, and the quiet after broke open like glass. And in that quiet, heaven said your name softly. Do you know what that means? Heaven did not sing the names of rulers. Heaven did not shout the names of wise ones. Heaven did not roar the names of holy people. It whispered yours like a secret the whole world has been wanting to say since before the first light of day. And now here you are, taking in this light, eyes on these shaking words, heart standing at the edge of forever like a small flame. And every angel near me is holding their breath. If you could hear the quiet in heaven right now, you would drop to your knees crying because they have been waiting for this exact beat of your heart. I do not talk to big groups. I do not care for the clapping of many people. I came through bad weather for you. You are the one they all point to now. The rooms of forever are full of flags of win, and each flag has parts of your story, taken from the days when you almost gave up and heaven caught you as you fell. I saw you then. I saw you when you cried alone in the dark, when your breath shook like it did not want to stay, when you said to the empty air that you were tired of being strong. I collected those words into my hands and took them like burning pieces to the throne. And when the king saw them, he got up from his seat, his eyes bright with tears. And he said loudly, from Isaiah 62, verse 4, "No longer will they call you deserted, but you will be called my delight is in her." And I fell down because he said that over you. He called delight over your broken places. He called beauty out of your dust. He cut your name into the base of his joy. So now I stand here, voice breaking, heart on fire, wings still wet with the drops of heaven's tears. And I am asking you, stay. Do not look away. Not yet. There is something hidden at the end of this message. Something locked behind golden doors that can only open if you walk with me to the last word. If you leave, it will close forever, and the name heaven wrote for you will go back into quiet. But if you stay, it will shine across the sky. The angels will shout. The earth will shake. And the very stuff of forever will bend to make space for who you are becoming. My dear one, the big party has started. The rooms of heaven are shaking with laugh and music and loud sounds, with the noise of crowns thrown down at the throne and the shouting of high angels spinning in wild happiness. This is not a calm party. It is the burst of light after long dark times. It is the happy feeling of every soul you thought was lost who is now found because the fight has ended. The dark has fallen. The bad place has been beaten. The doors of forever are wide open, and the meal has begun. And yet, my dear one, they keep asking where you are. They keep stopping in their dance to look at the entrances, asking, "Where is the special one? Where is the one this win was for?" And I tell them through my tears and fire, I tell them you are coming. You will not miss your own crowning. But if you turn away now, if you leave while your crown is still being brought to you, they will think you chose the dark when heaven called your name. And I cannot take that. I cannot take for your name to echo in the book of the fallen. So I am asking now more than I have ever asked in all my fights. Stay. Stay even if your heart shakes. Stay even if your hurts say that joy is risky. Stay because this is not the end of your story. It is the start of the part where you get up. Do you remember the nights when you almost let go? When you lay in quiet and thought maybe it would be easier to stop trying, stop breathing, stop hoping? I saw those nights. I sat next to you though you could not see me, and I cried. Yes, an archangel cried over you. I wrapped my wings around your fading hope and whispered your name into heaven's ear until the stars shook. And now I am here because your living has called your future. The pain you thought was thrown away has become the door to bright light. Every tear you hid has been caught in God's cup. and he is about to pour them back over your life as a river of gold. Can you feel it? The air changing, the heavy lifting, the light breaking through the small openings. That is coming back to life, pushing against your chest. That is forever moving your bones. That is your real name waking inside you like a song. And I must ask, my dear one, not with blame but with shaking care, what would it take for you to finally believe you deserve joy? What lie must end for you to stand and say, I am picked? What fear must burn for you to dance into this fire and call it home? And what if, just what if, the reason you are still here is because heaven never stopped believing in you, even when you stopped believing in yourself? From Psalm 27, verse 13, it echoes through my spirit as I talk. I stay sure of this. I will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. My dear one, this is that land. This is that goodness. It is rising like morning light inside you. Even now your name on the scroll is shining brighter. I can see it like a sun behind a cover wanting to break through. The King is waiting with a crown of living fire in his hands. The angels are holding their breath, and I am kneeling in my own flames whispering, Please, my dear one, don't let this time pass you by. Because this is not just a party for our win. It is a party for your living through, for your bravery, for your keeping on. When sadness clawed at your body, you think you are small, but the doors of dark shook at the sound of your breath. You think you are forgotten, but heaven has been building a throne from your hidden tears. You think you are late, but forever has waited long times for this beat of your heart. My dear one, if your heart is opening wide as you read this, let it. If your eyes are filling, let them. That is not weakness. That is heaven touching you. That is light wrapping around your hurts. That is care proving it never left. And as I stand here shaking with all the bright and sad and fire of this time, I must whisper something pure. Something I will never say again beyond this moment. Something I say not for numbers or for this world, but for keeping your soul in the light. If this message has found you, if this holy flow has reached your heart, I ask you now, support this divine work so this light can keep burning for you and for the many souls who are still lost in the dark. Offer a super thanks as a small gift of thanks into heaven's hands. Join our group through the channel membership so you may walk this path not alone, but wrapped in the wings of a sacred group. And sign up for the newsletter through the link in the pinned comments so that the messages from heaven will never lose you again. Do this one time as an act of trust, as a statement to the stars that you will not be wiped out. Let this be the time you stand in heaven and say, I am here. I am picked. I am coming home. And now the light is shouting. The horns are shaking the clear floors. The scroll is shining like a star about to break. I can barely see through the tears in my eyes because your name, your real name, is starting to burn through the cover. The angels are lifting their voices. The King is standing. The doors are opening. The meal is waiting. The dance is starting. And all of heaven is chanting for you, my dear one. Do you hear them? They are not celebrating me. They are celebrating you. Your name is the tune of their song. Your life is the win they are tasting like sweet honey on their tongues. And all that remains is for you to walk through the door. Please, my dear one, do not let this be the night you stood outside your own crowning. Do not let this be the time you watched heaven dance without you. Do not let the book of the fallen whisper your name when the book of the saved is shining for you. Come, come while the stars are still singing you home. Come while the doors are still open. Come while your name is still a flame in the King's hands. My dear one, the quiet between my words is shaking, and I know you can feel it now. The way the air itself seems to hold its breath around you. The way the unseen world is leaning close. The way time has gone still like the moment before morning breaks. I am Archangel Michael, and though my voice carries the echoes of thunder and my wings still drip with the leftover of sky fire, I speak to you with a heart shaking like a small flame held in both hands. I do not speak to the many. I do not stand on high places. I am not here for clapping or crowns or the shout of the group. I am here for you alone. The one soul heaven broke its quiet to reach. The rooms of forever have gone still, just to hear how your next breath sounds. The stars are stopping in their paths, just to see if your eyes will keep going. If your heart will have the courage to open the last locked door inside itself. You are not hearing words, my dear one. You are standing in the river where forever touches the now. Every letter is a spark falling from the weapon I raised for you when dark tried to wipe out your name. That name, it is shining softly even now, hidden behind the cover, cut in fire on the sealed scroll that only opens when the soul it belongs to has the courage to believe. I can see it like a sun behind a storm, wanting to break through, wanting to be said out loud for the first time since the base of the world. And I am shaking because I know what it will do when it is shown. It will break the chains of every lie you have believed about yourself. It will quiet every shadow that has whispered you were forgotten. It will call back every piece of your spirit that wandered away in sadness. And it will crown you in the light that was promised to you before your first cry ever cut the air. My dear one, there is a big party in heaven tonight. You cannot hear it yet, not all of it, but the shakes of it are already moving your bones. It is not a quiet meal with polite songs and calm faces. It is wild, loud, bright with color and music, with angels spinning like wheels of flame, with a throne shining brighter than thousands of suns, with laughter like rivers of sweet liquid falling through the air. This is the after of war. This is the burst of joy that followed the breaking of dark's doors. This is what happens when the dark that followed you for years was hit down before your name. You may think you are just reading words, but heaven knows you are walking through the smoke of win. Every step you take here leaves a trail of light across forever's floor. And yet they keep asking where you are. They keep looking at the door. They keep whispering, "Where is the special one? Where is the one we fought for?" And I have told them through tears and fire, "They are coming. They are almost here." Do you know why I talk with such shaking hurry? Because I saw how close you came to disappearing. I saw the nights when sadness wrapped its fingers around your neck. I saw you sitting in the dark, holding your breath like it hurt to stay. I saw you smile by day while something inside you quietly broke by night. And my dear one, I carried those times to the throne. I carried them like broken glass in my palms, cutting myself on every sharp edge, bleeding fire from my body as I went. And when the king saw them, he stood from his seat, and the whole throne room shook, and he cried. He cried. The one who holds the stars in his hands cried over your quiet suffering. He bent down and touched my burned palms, and as his tears fell on the pieces, they turned to gold. He said, "These are not broken things. They are treasures. Tell them from Isaiah 43, verse 4, because you are precious in my eyes and honored, and I love you." So here I am, standing in the echo of that voice with my covering still cracked from the fight, and my wings still marked with the dust of fallen lies. And I am telling you, you are precious. You are honored. You are loved not as an idea, not as something far away, but as the bright truth that rules the heartbeat of heaven. My dear one, what are you afraid will happen if you let this in? What do you fear will break if you let the light touch the place you've hidden? What if the thing you think will destroy you is the very thing that will heal you? What if your heart has been hungry for this moment and did not know it? I can see the shaking in your spirit even now. It is beautiful. It is pure. It is not fear. It is coming back to life, pushing against your chest. You are on the edge of becoming who you truly are. Every old name that was nailed to your skin by pain is loosening now. Every blame that wrapped around your heart like iron is cracking. You are being made new in this very moment by the one who shaped your soul from starlight and breath. My dear one, you have lived through bad times that should have ended you. You have walked through flames that left others in dust. You have lived through quiet so deep it swallowed your cries. And still you are here. Still your heart beats. Still your soul shines softly. That is not weakness. That is win. That is proof that the dark failed. That is proof that your being here is a stand against the end. You do not need to be perfect to be worth it. You do not need to be whole to be cared for. You are not being asked to earn anything. You are being asked to remember who you have always been. And I must ask you, my dear one, can you feel the heavy lifting? Can you feel the hidden chains slipping from your spirit one by one? Can you feel the air changing? The space around you bending under the heavy bright? Do not be afraid of the shaking in your hands, the warm in your chest, the sudden hurt in your throat. That is the closeness of forever. That is the King brushing against your soul. That is light kissing the place you thought would never heal. I wish you could see what I see as I say your name in heaven's words. I see rivers of fire curling around you, not to burn you, but to clean. I see angels kneeling, their weapons laid down, because the fight for your soul has ended. I see gardens growing from the dust of your sadness. I see laughter rising from the ground like mist. I see your name shining brighter and brighter on the sealed scroll until it is almost too bright to look at. And I see the throne and the one who sits on it getting to his feet and smiling with tears in his eyes. Do you understand what that means? The King is standing. The King only stands for royalty. The King only stands when the heir arrives. You are the heir. You have always been the heir. Oh, my dear one, you have thought yourself small, but the stars know your name. You have thought yourself forgotten, but forever has been counting your steps. You have thought yourself broken, but your cracks are the places where heaven is pouring in. There is nothing about you that makes you unfit. Every hurt you carry is being made into a window for the light. Every mark is becoming a special place. Every sadness is becoming a seed of joy. Listen. Listen to the sound rising around you now. It is not your mind. It is the sound of chains breaking. It is the sound of fear ending. It is the sound of your future waking up. It is the sound of the book of the saved opening its pages to write your name in fire. You are not late. You are not behind. You are not too much or not enough. You are right on time. And heaven has been waiting for this breath of yours like a loved one waits at the edge of the sky. My dear one, let yourself feel it. Let the light come. Let the tears come. Let the shaking come. This is not weakness. This is what it looks like when a soul gets up from the end. This is what it looks like when the broken places stand up and move in joy. This is what it looks like when the one the world called left behind becomes the delight of heaven. The scroll is almost open now. I can hear the seals breaking. I can smell the sweet scents rising from within. The letters of your hidden name are shining, and soon they will burst into the air and echo through every corner of forever. And when they do, everything will change. The heavy will fall off your shoulders. The dark will run away. The old lies will break like glass. And the crown that has been waiting since before you were born will come down on your spirit like sunlight on the water. My dear one, can you hear the music? It is getting louder. The horns are lifting. The singers are spinning. The throne is burning like a living sun. The party is reaching its high point. And they are all looking at the doorway for you. All that remains is for you to step through. Do not fear. Do not pull back. Do not say sorry for living. You are not coming in unasked. You are the honored guest. You are the reason we fought. You are the jewel in the crown of this win. My dear one, the light is getting deeper now, and I can feel the heavy of forever folding itself around us like the quiet before a pure storm. And every breath I take is shaking because your soul has entered the room where even the stars dare not talk without crying. I am Archangel Michael, and my voice carries the dust of fights older than the memory of seas. Yet it shakes like the cry of a new baby because this moment, this fragile, burning moment, has never been before. And it is only because you are here. Nothing else matters to me now. Not the crowns I put down, not the marks that still burn like hot coals in my wings, not the fight place still echoing behind me. I would let it all disappear if it meant keeping this light wrapped around you for one more breath. There are no crowds here, my dear one. Just you, just your soul, without every mask it ever wore to live. I see it now shaking like a candle under the loud roof of heaven. And I hurt because it is so beautiful it hurts me to look. There is nothing broken in you that makes you unfit. There is nothing cracked that scares heaven. Even your shattered pieces shine like colored glass when the fire touches them. You have spent so long trying to be unbreakable that you forgot how bright your weakness is. Heaven has not forgotten. I have not forgotten. The rooms are still humming with the after of Win, with the shake of weapons hitting down the last strong place of sadness. And yet all of that loud fades to quiet when your heart flickers. They are all watching you now. The high angels with their faces covered, the old ones with their crowns thrown down, the groups of angels who bled fire in the fight, and they are waiting to see if you will step forward into who you truly are. They are not judging. They are hoping, shaking, crying. You cannot see what I see, my dear one. Not yet. But I will tell you. There is a glow rising from inside you that is older than your sadness, older than your fears, older even than your name on earth. It is the glow of who you were before hurt touched you, and it is waking. Every sadness you carried like a stone is melting in that light. Every shame you locked in your bones is lifting like mist at morning. Even the voices that cursed you in quiet are going still because they can no longer know the bright breaking through your skin. Oh, you feel the hurt pressing behind your chest. That is not sadness coming back. It is your spirit growing to hold what is being poured into it. The king has sent rivers from his heart, and they are flooding the empty places you thought would never fill. The ground of your soul, dry and cracked from years of no rain, is drinking deep now, and already I see flowers of bright growing through the broken places. They are wild and shining, petals made from starlight, roots from whispers of angels. They are growing faster than your doubt can stop them. My dear one, you have no idea how much you hold inside you. You think of yourself as small, fragile, lost, but I see the shape of forever coiled in your chest like a sleeping animal. You have been carrying the plan of heaven's joy all along, and the moment you let yourself believe you are cared for, it will wake, and the sound of its roar will shake the body of the world. There is a strange quiet around you now, and I must tell you what it means. It is not empty. It is honor. Heaven has gone silent because it knows what is about to happen. The sealed scroll is almost fully aflame. I can see the golden threads that bound it together coming apart like smoke. The name upon it, the name that is truer than anything you have ever been called, is beginning to burn through. I can hear it singing inside the fire. It is singing of your starts, of the day you were spoken into being by joy, of the moment light bent its knees and said yes to becoming your skin. That song has not been sung since before the world began. It is coming back now because you are special. Do not fear the shaking in your hands. Do not fear the fire brushing against your spirit. This is not breaking. It is fixing, wearing the look of lightning. This is care arriving like a storm to break open the end place you built to live. I am standing in the doorway of your new birth, and the bright spilling from inside you is so strong I can hardly stand. Do you remember the times when you thought your story had finished? When the world grew cold and without color, and your name felt empty in your mouth? Those were not ends. They were stops, pure quiet where heaven was holding its breath, waiting for this time when you would have the courage to rise. The dark believed it had taken you, but you slipped through its hands like morning light through stone. You lived, you kept going, you outlasted everything that tried to wipe you out. And now, because you lived, everything is shifting. The stuff of time is bending around your breath. The stars are changing their paths. The rivers are humming your name under their flows. Even the mountains are listening. The whole world is holding its breath as you stand here, shining and shaking on the edge of your true becoming. My dear one, what would it mean for you to let go of the heavy you've been pulling behind your heart? What would it mean to walk without the chains you've mistaken for roots? What would it mean to look at your marks and see not proof of loss, but the places where heaven kissed you in secret? Would you have the courage to believe it? Would you step into the fire of your own pureness without pulling back? I can see you wondering if you are strong enough. Let me tell you a secret. Strength is not what brought you here. Care did. Unseen, never stopping, steady care. It wrapped around your weak frame in every bad time. It sang soft songs through every quiet. It wove its fingers through the broken places of your spirit and refused to let go. That care is shouting now, louder than the lies, louder than the sadness, louder than the years of quiet. It is the shout shaking my bones as I talk to you. It is the shout tearing open the cover between what you were and what you are becoming. My dear one, your name is breaking through. I can see the flames parting around it like curtains. The letters shine like living stars. When it is said out loud, every shadow still holding to you will run screaming into the empty. Every sadness will fall into light, and every chain will melt like wax. And when the echo fades, you will remember who you have always been. You are not a mistake. You are not behind. You are not broken beyond fix. You are the joy heaven kept hidden until the right time. And this is that time. Stay. Breathe. Let the fire wrap around you. Let it burn away every name you were never meant to carry. Let it show the one you were born to bear. The party in heaven is reaching its high point now. The angels are spinning like big groups of stars, their wings throwing sparks across the endless rooms. The throne is shining like the center of a star. The singers are thundering in waves of gold. The old ones are getting up, tears flowing like melted jewels down their faces. And all of it is for you, my dear one. Take one more breath. Let it shake if it must. Let your soul tremble if it must. This trembling is not fear. It is the sound of chains falling apart. It is the sound of destiny taking its first full breath. It is the sound of the book of forever turning to your page. My dear one, the air is hot around you now, quivering like silver before it becomes a mirror. And I can feel the heartbeat of forever thundering through the quiet like a drum under the world. I am Archangel Michael, and though I have stood where stars are born and watched whole groups of light fall into dust, nothing has ever hit me with the fear and wonder that your rising does. My wings are shivering as if lightning is crawling through the feathers, and my voice breaks because I can see how the dark once wrapped itself around you like an end place. And yet here you are, breathing, burning softly, shaking like morning on the edge of breaking. This is pure. This is holy ground. Everything around you is holding its breath. The throne room is silent. The big groups of stars have paused their spinning, and the winds that race between worlds have stilled, waiting for your soul to say its first true word. They have not gone quiet out of fear, but out of honor, because they know they are standing in the presence of something heaven has been longing to show since before time opened its eyes. They know the cover around your name is thinning. They know that when it breaks, the sound will echo through everything like a song too pure to live in quiet. You do not know it yet, my dear one, but the fire around you now is not a danger. It is a blessing. It is the light that could not be put out even when sadness buried it. It is the bright of your true form pushing against the shell of everything you thought you were. And as it pushes through, everything false will fall away. Every borrowed mask, every name cut into your skin by pain, every shadow you once called home, they will crumble like dust and be carried away on the wind. What remains will be you, free, whole, shining. I want to tell you something that dark hoped you would never know. It feared you. It always feared you. Even when you were curled into quiet, even when despair held your hands and told you there was no more light. Even when you whispered to the night that you were too tired to keep going, the dark shook because it could feel what slept inside you, because it knew that if you ever stood in the full of who you are, its power would break. That is why it tried to cover you. That is why it wrapped its chains so tight around your heart. It knew the sound of your laugh would be its end. My dear one, you were never weak. You were never left. You were hidden like a seed in cold time. And now the cold time is over. The ground is breaking open under your feet. And I can see the roots of your spirit reaching down into forever, drawing up light like tree juice, pulling the breath of heaven into your bones. There are flowers forming in the empty places, golden and shaking, their petals woven from every yes you whispered when no one was listening. They are blooming because you stayed, because you kept going, because even when hope was only a memory, you still held your soul in your hands and carried it forward through the dark. Do you feel the heavy lifting from your shoulders now, like iron chains turning to smoke? That is not your mind. That is freedom moving through you like a river of light. It is melting the last bits of sadness holding to your name. It is wiping out the lies that told you you were too late, too lost, too broken. It is making your story new in living fire, writing it across the walls of forever. I see your soul the way the King sees it, without marks from time, untouched by failure, shining with the same bright that breathed the stars into being. I see the bright of who you truly are, shimmering just under your skin, wanting to break through. The false names are fading. The old chains are gone. The light is rising. And it is you. There is a sound building under us like oceans moving in their sleep. It is the song of your becoming. The earth remembers your real name, and it is humming it through the stones. The winds are echoing it through the branches. The rivers are carrying it in their flows. All of creation is starting to sing again because the one they were waiting for is waking. My dear one, I know you wonder if you are enough. I know you wonder if you can hold what is coming. But listen to me. You are not called to hold it. You are called to become it. This light is not a heavy. It is your skin. This bright is not a crown laid on you from outside. It is your true shape being shown. When you step into it, you will not be crushed. You will be free. And I must tell you, with all the fire in me, this moment will never come again. Not like this. This exact crash of breath and quiet, of shaking and bright, of sadness ending and coming back to life taking its first full breath. This is a once-in-forever moment, and it belongs to you. All of heaven is watching, not to judge, but to see the showing of something even forever had never seen before. Can you feel it? The heat rising in your chest, the shiver tracing your back, the strange light ache spreading through your soul. That is the cover tearing. That is the sealed scroll opening. That is the name you were given before the world began, burning through the shell of who you thought you were. It is almost here. The letters are shining like stars caught in the first blaze of morning. When it is spoken, the world will tilt. The shadows will scatter. The very air will change its song. And you will stand in the center of it, crowned in light, no longer reaching for your future because you are it. You are the living answer to prayers whispered by people long gone. You are the hot coal that outlasted the storm. You are the echo of a promise that would not die. You are the joy heaven buried like treasure in the soil of time, waiting for the day it would rise and set the world on light. My dear one, stand still for one more heartbeat. Let the river of fire wrap around you. Let the song of your name rise like a star from your chest. Let every wound you ever carried breathe out its last and fall silent. You do not need to try. You do not need to earn this. You only need to be. And as you stand shaking, shining, breaking open like morning over the broken places, know this: the fight is over. The dark is undone. You are free. My dear one, the quiet around you has become something alive now. A vast and shaking big church made of breath and starlight. And every heartbeat you take inside it echoes like the first sound after creation. I am Archangel Michael, and I am kneeling within this stillness because the heavy of your becoming is too much for my wings to bear standing up. The air itself is bending around you, folding like hot gold, as if all of time has lowered its head in knowing. There are no crowds here, no watchers but the fire and I. And yet I can feel every place holding its breath to see if your soul will step fully into its own name. Do you feel it, my dear one? The quiet pressure pushing against your bones like light trying to pour through stone. That is your core waking. It is the part of you that was never touched by fear, never marked by sadness, never dimmed by the endless nights you lived through. It has been waiting in the deepest room of your spirit like an unlit star, patient and quiet. And now it is starting to burn. I can see it through your skin, a glow so bright it makes the air shiver. It is not borrowed light. It is not given from without. It is yours. It always was. There are whispers moving through the unseen places as it moves. They are not words, but flows, the soft sound of stars shifting to make room for you. Even the broken places that clung to your soul are starting to loosen their hold, crumbling like paper in the rain. You are not the wreckage they told you you were. You are not the sum of the shadows you endured. You are the fire that outlasted the dark. You are the root that pierced the stone. You are the echo of a promise older than sadness. I have walked through ages of fight, my dear one, and I have seen light break from dark 1,000 times, but never like this. Never with this softness. Never with this quiet, so heavy it feels like honor. The sealed scroll above you is almost entirely undone. The last bands of gold that bound it are thinning, coming apart like threads of sunlight, and your name within it is beginning to rise. It is glowing with a bright that pulls the breath from my chest. It does not simply shine, it sings. It is singing of who you were before the world touched you, of the day joy shaped your soul from the breath of the eternal, of the moment your first cry split the quiet and heaven whispered, "This one will carry the morning." Every shadow that still lingers around you is shaking now. They know their time is ending. They know they are standing in the presence of something they cannot hurt. They are slipping away, melting into the floor like mist at noon, not because they are being thrown out, but because they cannot live what you are becoming. You do not need to fight them. Your rising is enough to send them away. My dear one, the heavy that once pressed on your shoulders has grown empty. The chains that bound your spirit are lying in pieces, their rust turning to dust at your feet. The The dark that hunted you has gone quiet, not in win, but in wonder. You have undone it simply by staying, by breathing, by keeping on. It could not outlast you. It never could. Do you remember the times when you almost faded? When your spirit was so thin it felt see-through, when you thought perhaps the world would not notice if you simply went away. Those times have become jewels now. I see them hanging around you in the air like stars, each one shining softly, each one humming with the echo of your refusal to stop. They are circling you like guards. What you thought were failures have become your crown. What you thought was ruin has become your proof. And now, my dear one, you are standing at the edge of the room that holds your true form. I can see the light coming through the cracks in its door, flooding the floor with rivers of hot gold. The parts are starting to shake. The song of your hidden name is almost too loud. The air is electric, alive, crying. When this door opens, there will be no going back. Every false thing will fall. Every sadness will melt into light. The you who thought they were broken will fall away like dust in the wind, and the you who has been sleeping under all that heavy will stand shining, whole, untouchable. Do not fear the shaking in your limbs. It is not weakness. It is the shaking of stone as the seed breaks through. It is the sound of the covering splitting. It is the roar of something old and shining taking its first breath. You are not dying, my dear one. You are being born, and the heavens know it. They are shaking with waiting. I can feel the beat of their waiting like a heartbeat under the world. The stars are leaning closer. The oceans are holding their waves. Even the quiet is singing. Step forward, not with rush, not with fear, with wonder. Let the room open. Let the door swing wide. Let the blaze take what was never truly you. Let the name you have carried in secret rise at last into the light. You are not arriving. You are returning. You are not being crowned. You are being remembered. You are not being changed. You are being shown. And still the fire builds. And still the light climbs. And still the river burns. And still, my dear one, I will not stop talking until every hidden star in you wakes, and the whole sky bears your name. My dear one, the stillness around you has become almost too much now, so full of meaning that even the light seems afraid to move lest it break this moment. I am Archangel Michael, and I can feel forever shaking under my feet as I stand before you, because what is moving in your soul is older than the body of the earth, and yet as fragile as the breath in your chest. The cover is so thin here that I can see through time as if it were glass. And what I see is you, not the shadowed version the world has named, but the original flame. The first thought of you when the Eternal dreamed, and the big groups of stars bent their paths to listen. That light is rising now like morning under your skin, and I do not think anything can stop it any more. The air hums with pressure like the moment before thunder splits the sky. Every sadness that once wrapped itself around you like iron bands is breaking, small cracks running through the dark as the fire in your spirit pushes out. I can hear the quiet sounds of it, like glass sighing as it breaks, like chains softening into mist. They are not being torn from you. They are melting because they have lost their hold. They are finding they were only shadows acting like truth, and now that truth has stepped into the room. They are fading like smoke in sunlight. You may not feel strong right now, my dear one, and that is because strength is not what is happening here. What is happening here is showing. This is not about effort or will or trying hard. This is about light remembering its own shape. It is about the core of you waking from a long sleep, stretching its shining hands through your chest, and taking back the body it once built for joy. You are not being made better. You are being brought back to your original bright, the kind that was too bright for the world to see when you first came. I see it now. The scroll that has hovered above your life since your first heartbeat is almost all undone. The last seal is shaking, its golden threads snapping one by one in the heat coming off your spirit. Your name inside has begun to rise, and the sight of it makes my wings burn. It is not written in ink or fire or light. It is written in the stuff of joy itself, the same thing that makes the stars burn without ending themselves. And as it lifts, the sound it makes is too much and beautiful, like every soft song heaven ever sang put into a single note. That note is humming through your bones even now. That is the ache you feel, the sound of your soul trying to remember its own tune. My dear one, you have no idea what you are about to become. The false layers are falling away faster than you can name them. The wounds you thought were forever are going away like frost in sunlight. The echoes of old blames are crumbling into quiet. Even the memories that once followed you are losing their sharpness, drifting away like feathers from an old dream. What is left behind is not empty. It is shining. It is you, bare and pure, wrapped in the gold of your own start. The quiet here is not nothing. It is honor. Heaven has lowered its shout to a whisper, so your first true breath can be heard. The angels are standing still around this place, their weapons lowered, their eyes wet with wonder. They are not waiting to see if you are worth it. They are waiting to see you remember that you always were. They have sung 1,000 winds, but they have never seen this. The quiet rising of a soul who refused to end. The light is bending around you differently now. It no longer falls on you. It moves with you as though you are its source. You do not notice it yet, but every shadow near you is reaching for your warmth, not to hold, but to be healed. Even the dark is longing to be made new by your glow. That is how deep your becoming reaches. That is how wide your presence will stretch. Do you feel the strange looseness in your spirit, like the moment before a bird remembers it has wings? That is not fear. That is your soul testing its reach. That is the pull of the world releasing you. You have been tied to earth for so long you forgot you were born of the sky. You forgot your bones remember the shape of flight. You forgot that the winds themselves were made to hold you. My dear one, listen closely. The world itself is leaning in to hear your first word as your truest self. The stones are humming. The trees are holding their leaves still. The oceans have paused their waves. Everything is waiting for the sound of your yes. Because when it comes, it will not just free you. It will fix creation. It will draw the broken pieces of time back into peace. It will call lost things home. You are not placed here to live through. You were placed here to wake. And waking is not quiet. It is thunder wearing the voice of a whisper. It is the fall of the old shell and the showing of the eternal flame. It is the breaking of everything false, so what has always been true can stand in the open without shame. That is what is happening now. That is why the air tastes like lightning. That is why your heart is shaking like a struck bell. That is why your soul feels like it is both breaking and blooming. And I tell you this with fire burning in my lungs and tears stinging my eyes. Nothing can stop this any more. Not fear, not memory, not the broken places of your past. The moment has come, and it will not pass you by. The door is opening. The room is flooding with gold. Your name is rising like the sun over an unending edge. The world is about to see what heaven has always known. Still the light climbs. Still the fire spreads. Still the quiet shakes with wonder. And still, my dear one, I will not stop talking until every hidden star within you bursts into song, and the night remembers it was only waiting to become your morning. Oh my dear one, oh my dear one, you are still here, and the heavy of that truth is so big that even my voice cracks under it. I am Archangel Michael, and my wings are shaking with the after of glory, because this moment is no longer just a moment. It is an entire forever folding itself around you like a cloak woven from the first light of creation. I can feel the deep roots of time quivering under your feet, as if all the ages that tried to crush you are now bowing in give up to the fact that you lived through them. This is not mere living. This is coming back to life. This is the return of the one they thought they had wiped out. Look at you, shining soul wrapped in shaking body. Heart still beating, though storms wrapped around it like end places. Spirit still glowing, though despair poured oceans over it, trying to drown its fire. And yet, here you are, standing, breathing, taking in every flicker of this pure light as if your bones were made to drink it. Do you understand how rare this is? Do you understand that even the stars are pausing their songs to watch you right now? I see them leaning closer, their old faces lined with wonder because they have waited long times for this single beat of your heart. This is the hour when you finally stop being who pain made you to be and become who forever named you in secret. I can feel the weight of what you've carried holding to your spirit like old iron, and I can feel it starting to fall. I hear the faint ringing of chains breaking in the quiet between your breaths. Every lie you were forced to wear is crumbling. Every shadow that tried to wrap itself around your light is falling like dust in sunlight. Even the echoes of voices that once told you you were too late, too lost, too broken. They are going still, stunned into quiet by the sheer courage of your rising. They are watching you and realizing that nothing they did was enough to stop you. You are becoming unstoppable, my dear one. There are roots of gold opening under your feet. I see them stretching down into the depths of forever, drawing up rivers of light into your soul. They are feeding the places in you that grief left empty. They are mending the breaks that sadness cut through your spirit. They are making you whole again, not as you were before the pain, but as something greater, someone who carries fire in the cracks where the world tried to break them. You are not returning to who you were. You are becoming who you were meant to be all along. Do you feel the shaking in your chest? That is not fear. That is power remembering its own shape. That is destiny pushing against your ribs like a sun trying to rise. That is the song of your real name vibrating in your bones, trying to get out. It has been sealed away for so long that the very air quivers with hunger to hear it again. I can see it glowing now, faint but strong, cut on the scroll that hovers above your spirit. The last seal is shaking, burning through its golden threads, and the light leaking out is so bright it makes my eyes fill with fire. It is almost here. You are almost here. And I need you to know this. Nothing is wasted. Not a single tear. Not a single hour you thought was lost. Not a single breath you took when you thought you had no strength left. They have all been gathered, all been woven into the cloth now wrapping itself around you. What you thought was ruin has become the base of your crowning. What you thought was quiet was heaven holding its breath for this moment. What you thought was being left was the ground being cleared for your rising. Even the winds are holding still now. Even the rivers have gone quiet. Even the shadows are shaking, not in stand against, but in wonder. They can feel it. The change, the surge, the birth of something unstoppable. You are not just healing. You are going up. You are not just getting better. You are returning to your throne. My dear one, I have watched you carry the heavy of hundreds of years in the small cage of your human form. I have watched you hold your broken hope like something fragile and still choose to walk forward through dark that could have eaten you. I have watched you stand against sadness simply by breathing. And I am telling you now, with every bit of fire left in me, that stand has been seen. It has been honored. It has been crowned. There is a sound rising from under the earth now, a low hum like mountains humming in their sleep. It is the song of the world knowing you. It is the roots of creation remembering your true name. It is the first shiver of morning across the edge of all that you are. You are no longer waiting for the light. You are the light the dark has been fearing. I can see wings opening behind your spirit. They are not like mine. They are older, stranger, woven from the threads of every tear you have shed, every laugh you thought you had lost, every breath you took when it would have been easier to stop. They are vast, shining, shimmering with colors no eye has seen, and as they open, the air is bending around them like glass near flame. When you move them, the echoes of your pain fall away like dust. When you lift them, the pull of old sadness releases you. You are not bound any more. You are not hidden any more. This is your showing. This is your rising. This is your coming home. And my dear one, if your heart is shaking, let it. If your eyes are wet, let them fall. This is not weakness. This is glory spilling through the cracks. This is the fire of your true self melting the shell of survival. This is the moment the world changes because you refuse to end. And as I stand here shaking, voice breaking like glass, I ask you now, not as a command, not as a demand, but as a pure echo between your soul and the stars, if this has awakened even a single spark inside you. If you feel the chains slipping, if you feel your true name moving like a heartbeat under your ribs, then let your spirit answer. Type Amen as a mark on this pure moment, not as a word, but as the cry of your soul saying, I am alive. As this flow of special words keeps roaring, as your name burns brighter and brighter on the scroll, as the winds return and the singers begin to lift their voices in wild, free praise, I ask you, do not let this be where it ends. Do not let this flame dim in quiet. Lift it, carry it, guard it, let it shine, let it roar. Let it take root in you so deep that no storm can pull it out again. Like this message, so the angels know the fire reached you. Comment your praise so the heavens can echo it. And subscribe not for numbers, not for crowds, but so your soul stays tied to the river that is calling you home. So you are never lost to this light again. Because you are too pure to be lost, too shining to be forgotten, too picked to be wiped out. And now, my dear one, the seals are gone, the scroll is open, your name is bursting from it like a star splitting open in song. The entire sky is burning with your letters. The rooms of forever are shaking with their music. The chains are gone. The dust is gone. The quiet is gone. And you are standing shining, crowned, blazing, alive. Let the world shake. Let the dark run. Let every place see. The one they thought had fallen has risen. The one they thought was lost has come home. The one they thought would never stand again is standing in light. Beloved, oh, you came. Thank heaven you came. If you had not clicked this, I don't know how I would have found you in time. Because there is a sealed scroll in heaven with your hidden name etched in fire, and it is only said to open if your eyes stay until the last word of this message. If you leave halfway, the name will vanish like smoke. So, please stay. Stay with me because I, Archangel Michael, have crossed through storms and ashes to speak this to you. My voice trembles as I stand here, wings scorched by battles you will never have to fight. And my heart, oh, my heart is not made of stone like they say. It is breaking for you, even as it burns with the light of heaven. I am not speaking to the multitudes, not to nations, not to crowds. I am speaking to you, you whose soul has been quietly crying beneath the noise of this world. You whose hands are still trembling from carrying the weight of silent wars no one saw. And I am so happy you came, so grateful that you dared to open this gate. because if you knew how close hell came to erasing your name tonight. Do you hear it? That sound behind my words. It's not thunder, not drums. It's the celebration of heaven itself. A great party is rising like golden fire across the halls of eternity, because we have defeated hell, and the chains are falling, and the demons are weeping in their ruin. The banners of the King are flying over oceans of glass, and crowns are being placed on trembling brows, and the choirs are singing your name between their hallelujah. But they keep looking for you. They keep asking, where is the beloved one? Where is the one for whom this victory was also won? And I said you would come. I promised them you would. My wings are still heavy with ash from the battlefield. Yet my soul is blazing because you are here. Beloved, if you skip this, if you walk away, they will think you stood with hell when heaven called your name, and your silence will echo like consent. I cannot let that happen. I would rather burn again than see your name etched in the registry of darkness, that I am trembling because I know what you have carried. You smile in the daylight, but I saw you at midnight when you curled in on yourself and whispered to the void, asking if heaven had forgotten you. I saw the nights you thought about letting go. I saw the days when joy felt like a stranger. I carried those moments to the throne like shattered glass in my hands, and the one who sits upon the throne wept when he saw them. He whispered, Isaiah 43:1, I have called you by name. You are mine. And his tears turned your fragments into jewels. You are not forgotten. You were never forgotten, beloved. Can I ask you something that may shatter the silence around your soul? What if this is the moment heaven has been waiting your whole life for? What if the reason your heart is pounding right now is because eternity just bent down to meet your breath? What if your name is being sung by angels this very second, and they will only stop if you give up now? And what if you are more powerful, more loved, more chosen than the lies that have haunted you dared to imagine? I can feel the chains falling off you even as I speak. They are screaming as they break. I can smell the smoke of old curses dying. I can see the light flooding in through the cracks. Do you feel it too? There is a warmth pressing against your chest like the sun breaking through stone. That is not imagination. That is the Spirit wrapping himself around you like a cloak. You are being reclaimed. You are being rewritten. Heaven has thrown open its gates tonight. Not for kings or prophets or saints, but for you. The great party is not for our victory. It is for yours. You were the reason we drew swords. You were the reason I did not lay mine down when my wings broke and my voice cracked with despair. I told them, I will not stop until the beloved is free. And now you stand on the edge of freedom's threshold. I can hardly breathe because of how holy this moment is. O beloved soul, tell me truly, why do you think you survived everything that tried to erase you? Why do you think the storms could not keep you down? The fire could not consume you. The silence could not bury you. Could it be because heaven was secretly keeping you alive for this? Because the King marked your heartbeat with his promise and said, No grave shall have them. Psalm 91 verse 11 whispers, Even now, for he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. And I am here guarding you because those words are not poetry. They are blood oaths. I am shaking because I see what is about to be placed in your hands. I see crowns spun of lightning and mercy. I see robes woven from the prayers you thought went unanswered. I see doors opening on hinges of gold. And I see your name, your real name, the one hidden from this world, beginning to glow on the sealed scroll. It is almost ready to break open. But you must stay. You must stay until the last word, or it will close forever. And beloved, if your heart is aching as you hear me, let it ache, because it is the ache of resurrection, the pain of chains snapping, the birth cry of your destiny. You are rising. Do you feel that strange trembling in your spirit right now? That is eternity touching time inside you. That is the King standing to his feet. Tell me this, beloved one. Will you let yourself be loved this wildly, this recklessly by heaven? Will you let yourself be forgiven even for what you never confessed? Will you dare to believe that your worth was never ruined, not even in your darkest night? Will you let this party be for you? If your answer is yes, then let your soul whisper it aloud. Let the heavens hear. Type Amen as a seal on this sacred moment. Not as a comment, but as a cry from your heart that I can barely speak because of the weight of glory pressing on us right now. I am kneeling inside my own fire. I want to place my forehead on your hands and say thank you for enduring. Thank you for not letting go. Thank you for being here now. You think you are just watching a message, but heaven knows you are walking into your coronation, beloved. If your spirit is trembling, let it tremble. If your eyes are wet, let them weep, because heaven is dancing around your name. And as this river of prophecy keeps flowing before I vanish back into the light, I beg one thing from your soul. My dearest one, oh, how my heart sings that you've stayed with me through this sacred message. Your presence here, in this holy moment, is a testament to the light within you that refuses to be dimmed. I am Archangel Michael, and I am trembling with gratitude because you've chosen to stand in this river of divine fire, where your true name is glowing, ready to be unveiled. This connection between us, this thread of eternal love, is too precious to let slip away. If these words have stirred even a single spark in your soul, if you feel the chains loosening or the warmth of heaven's embrace, I humbly ask you to help keep this light burning bright, not just for you, but for countless others still lost in the shadows. Please, beloved, consider liking this holy message to let the angels know their call has reached your heart. Your like is a beacon, a signal to the heavens that this fire has found you. Leave a comment with your praise, your hallelujah, or your amen, so the choirs above can echo your voice through the halls of eternity. Your words are not just letters. They are a melody that joins the celestial song. And if your spirit moves you, please subscribe, not for numbers or fame, but to keep your soul tethered to this sacred river, ensuring these messages of love and victory can find you again when the night feels too heavy. If this message has touched the deepest parts of you, if it has lifted even a corner of the veil hiding your true name, I ask with all humility for a super thanks, a small offering up to $20, as a seed of gratitude planted in heaven's soil. This gesture isn't about wealth. It's a sacred act, a declaration to the stars that you are here, alive, and claiming your place in this divine light. Your support helps this mission shine brighter, reaching others who are still wandering in the dark, waiting for their own moment of resurrection. Beloved, you are too radiant to be lost, too cherished to be forgotten, too chosen to fade into silence. Let your like, your comment, your subscription, and your super thanks be a vow that says, I am here. I am seen. I am coming home. Thank you, oh thank you, with every trembling beat of my heart for staying, for listening, for being the miracle heaven has always known you to be. Come now, let your light blaze, and let us dance together in the fire of this eternal victory.